You take a multivitamin every single day thinking that you're covered, but you're still exhausted by 3 p.m. and your hair's thinning out, you can't think straight. Here's what nobody tells you. Multivitamins maintain levels, they don't fix deficiencies. And so if you're already low on iron or vitamin D, your multivitamin is not going to cut it. I'm Dr. Bibi, your supplement doctor. And for 15 years, I've been the pharmacist that other healthcare providers and their patients call when they need answers about how medications work safely and effectively in your body. Today, I'm going to show you the 3 reasons your multivitamin might be failing you and how to fix it. So reason number 1, you might be taking the maintenance dose and not a corrective dose. And I'll show you exactly what I mean. If your vitamin D level is at 50 nanograms per milliliter, that is solid, right? The 400 international units is in that multivitamin helps it keep it there. So that's great. But if your vitamin D is at 20, that is deficient. And that same 400 units most likely won't make a dent. You probably need about 5,000 international units daily for months just to get into a healthy range. So think of it like you're charging your phone. If your battery is at 90%, a slow charger works fine. But if it's at 10%, you need fast charging, not a trickle. Multivitamins give you the trickle. When you're deficient, you need the fast charger. And this is the same with iron. This was my personal experience. My iron levels declined over 2 years, and even my specially formulated iron supplement didn't help because of how deficient I was. I had to get a series of iron IV infusions just to cover my deficiency. Here's why that happens. Low ferritin means that you have low iron storage, and when your iron is low, your body can't carry oxygen properly. So if your ferritin is at about 15 nanograms per milliliter, you're probably exhausted. Your hair is probably falling out, you can't catch your breath walking up the stairs, and your nails are probably brittle. Most women feel way better around 50 nanograms, but a typical multivitamin only has about 18 milligrams of iron, and that's not enough to fix a deficiency. So here's the bottom line. The doses on the label are based on the minimum that you need to avoid getting sick, not the amount that you need to feel great. And if your levels are already super low, maintenance won't cut it. But here's where it gets even trickier. If the doses were high enough, there probably would still be a problem. Even the best women 50 plus multivitamin is still making assumptions about you. It assumes that you're not on medications that block absorption, like antacids or metformin. It also assumes that you don't have gene variations that affect how you process nutrients, like MTHFR, which makes it harder to use folic acid. It also assumes that you eat a standard diet, not a vegetarian diet, and not food that's low in dairy or that you're avoiding certain foods. It assumes that your hormone levels are optimal, when the reality is a woman like me in early perimenopause who may potentially be dealing with heavy periods has completely different iron needs than a woman that's 5 years post-menopause. Your body is not average, and neither are your needs. It's like buying reading glasses off the shelf. They're better than nothing, right? But they're not your prescription. And the longer you use the wrong ones, the more you strain without even realizing it. And that's what happens with generic multivitamins. You keep taking them, hoping they'll help, while your real deficiencies go unaddressed. And even if you find the perfect formula for your body, there's still one more problem. If this is already opening your eyes to why your multivitamin is not cutting it, I'd like you to hit that like button so that YouTube knows to show this to more women who need to hear this. And subscribe because I post every Tuesday and Thursday with easy to understand evidence-based information that you won't find anywhere else. So we've covered the doses and personalization, but here's one more problem with multivitamins that most people never think about, and it's happening every time you take that pill. Most people don't realize that when you take all your vitamins at once, some of them block each other. Let's take calcium and iron, for instance. If your multivitamin has both, and most of them do, The calcium blocks the iron from absorbing. You could be taking 18 milligrams of iron every day and still be deficient because the calcium won't let it get absorbed. Zinc and copper also compete. High zinc, which is common in multivitamins, can slowly create a copper deficiency over time. And low copper, that can cause fatigue, weak bones, and even nerve problems. Magnesium and calcium both use the same pathway to get into your cells. And when they show up together, they're often competing for space. So you absorb less of both. And then there's the fat-soluble vitamins, A, D, E, and K. They need fat to absorb. And if you are taking that multivitamin on an empty stomach with just water, those vitamins pass right through. You might as well have skipped them. So think of it like this. It's like trying to have 3 loud conversations in one room. Everyone's talking, but no one's really being heard. Multivitamins pack everything into one pill for convenience. But your body doesn't work that way. Timing and pairing matter just as much as what's on the label. So if you're thinking, wow, this is super complicated than you thought, stick with me. I will make it simpler. So please drop a comment and tell me, are you currently taking a multivitamin? And if so, have you ever had your levels tested to see if it's working? I read all the comments, so please do that. If a one-size-fits-all multivitamin is not enough, and now that you know it's not, here's what really works. I'm going to walk you through 3 steps. And I'll be honest, this takes a little of effort up front. But once you know what your body needs, everything gets simpler. So step 1, get your labs checked. Ask your doctor to test these 4 key nutrients. Ferritin, because this shows your iron storage. If it's below 30, that might explain the exhaustion, hair loss, and brain fog. Vitamin D. Most women over 40 are deficient even if they spend time outside. So don't just accept normal from your doctor, ask for the actual number. Optimal is 40 to 60, and if yours is below 30, you're deficient even if your doctor says it's fine. B12, this drops if you're over 50 and if you take medications like metformin or acid blockers. Magnesium, this one's super tricky because blood tests don't show the full picture. But if you have muscle cramps, trouble sleeping, or anxiety, low magnesium might be the cause. And these 4 are very basic, but they often tell you a lot about what you need to know. And once you have your numbers, don't just guess. Fill only the gaps that are actually there. Let's say your ferritin comes back at 15, and that's low. You might need an infusion. You'll need a dedicated iron supplement that gives you about 25 to 65 milligrams a day, depending on how low you are, because 18 milligrams in your multivitamin won't work. And if your vitamin D is at about 22, that is deficient, you'll need about up to 5,000 units because that 400 unit you're getting in your multi won't work. So focus on what's missing, not what some generic formula thinks that the average woman needs. Because it's like packing for a trip. You don't bring everything you own. You bring what you need for where you're going. Same with supplements. So step 3, time it right. Even the right supplements won't work if you take them the wrong way. Iron and calcium, space them at least 2 hours apart. Calcium blocks iron. We talked about that. Vitamins D, E, A, and K, you want to take them with a meal that has fat, so eggs, avocado, nuts, even a spoonful of peanut butter helps because without fat, they don't absorb. If you're taking multiple supplements, don't take them all at once. Spread them out. Some in the morning, some at lunch, some at night, because your body can only process so much at a time. Otherwise, you're just making expensive pee. So this is how you close the gaps, not by adding more bottles to your cabinet, to your regimen, but by taking the right ones at the right time in the right way. And if you are realizing right now that you've probably been wasting a lot of money on multivitamins that's not making a difference, share this video with someone who needs to hear it too. Your mom who swears by her Centrum, your friend who takes a gummy multivitamin every morning, they need to know this. So I put together a free guide for you, and it's called the Multivitamin Reality Check. It's got the 4 labs to request with optimal ranges and a word-for-word script for talking to your doctor so you don't feel awkward asking questions, a supplement-to-dosage matching guide based on your numbers, a timing chart so you know what to take, when, and a multivitamin decoder to see if it's worth keeping. So let's recap what we covered today. 1. Multivitamins are built for maintenance, not correction. So if you're deficient, you need a therapeutic dose and not the minimum in a multivitamin. Number 2, one formula can't match everyone's body. Your medication, diet, genes, and life stage all affect what you truly need. And number 3, nutrients compete for absorption. Timing and pairing matter just as much as what's on the label. So here's what to do this week. Okay, I need you to request those 4 labs from your doctor: ferritin, vitamin D, B12, and magnesium. And grab that free multivitamin reality check guide in the description so you know exactly what to do with your results. If you want more evidence-based guidance on supplements, what works and what's worth your money, hit subscribe. Like I said earlier, I post every Tuesday and Thursday. I'm Dr. Bibi, your supplement doctor, and you don't need more supplements, you need the right ones, and now you know how to find them. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.